see. Yeah, I think this is worth getting my socks wet a little bit. So wow. Bluebells are out. It just rained. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I figured it would be fun to get to sit here and talk to you a little bit about... So I just watched through all the videos I made in NAFSA week, and I'm now exporting and uploading the videos from New Mexico. And I just realized that I hadn't really, sat down and had a heart-to-heart with you. I wanted to do that. Let me turn down the music a little, though. Yeah, so NAFSA was just this, really special, wonderful week for me. And I was so, caught up in doing it that I didn't really get to comment on it a lot while I was going through the process. I had that one, really distracted parking garage video where I was about to get into things that really mattered. But then the parking garage was too distracting and I never really got back to what I was talking about. And then I also just got to go spend 3 days in New Mexico with family, friends, Anna, and I don't know. Andy texted me. So Andy's entrepreneur friend in Boulder texted me the other day, and just kind of grilled me. And I realize now it's because he wanted to hire me. But he just made me really uncomfortable with hey, what are you doing now? How are you supporting yourself? Why are you still doing that? Things haven't really gone anywhere after 2 years. Where are you still working on what you're working on? That sort of thing. And then at the same time, I'm having a conversation with Adam. Hi, Adam, if you watch this. YouTuber friend who I've known since high school, about projects we could collaborate on and whether or not we want to co-found something with each other in the future. And so having two forces in my life that are really one is very critical of what I'm doing and thinks that I should work on something else for him. And one is very supportive of what I'm doing and is trying to help and make the things that I'm doing profitable and self-sustaining, or help me make them. Yeah, anyway. Has made me think a lot lately about why I'm doing what I'm doing and whether or not it's worthwhile. And it's been just a good reminder to really celebrate the opportunity that I have. I talked about this in vlog blogs when I was doing them regularly. The little 20-minute, I'm going to attach this to a blog post things. I have this really, really rare opportunity because my parents are so supportive and because I'm at a place in my life where I can take risks and travel and do stupid things that aren't self-sustaining with other things that are. By supporting them with things that are. I have this very, very rare opportunity to take a different approach to solving certain problems and to really play the long game in some very unique ways. Getting plugged into education and tech, getting to know the people who are influential in those worlds. And so my choice over the last 2 years has been to do some stupid business things on purpose, so that in the long term things turn out better. So I did enough marketing and online conversion research to sort of realize while I was in Hong Kong that if I wanted to put my mind to it and just do this online thing that blew up and made a lot of money, I could do that, or I could travel full-time, or I could freelance full-time. And Lander as a side project has proved to me that I could even do that just with flying drones around. But the real struggle lately has been finding ways to make money that don't sacrifice the long term. So there are a lot of opportunities where I end up helping someone else build their dream, or I end up trading my time for money. That would undermine the sacrifices I've made over the last 2 years. That's not a good way to put it. I haven't really made sacrifices. The choices I've made over the last 2 years. And so I don't want to make those decisions yet. If it gets to like sometime in the near future and still nothing is self-sustaining or self-supporting, it may make sense at that point to make choices where I trade my time for money in a significant way. But I'd really like to avoid doing that. And I'd like to instead build a product or business or something that has me meaningfully involved in tech in collaboration with education and tech. I'm not sure what that business model is yet. And I'm just going to keep experimenting until I find what works. So that's one thing that's like totally on my mind lately. And it's also worth mentioning that, what was I going to say? It's also worth mentioning, don't you hate when your brain does this? Steve and Hans, when we had dinner, Steve, Hans, Seth, Haley, and Brienne, I think I got all the names right. When we all had dinner at Village Inn a couple weeks ago, we talked a lot about the fact that you have to be insane to start a business, especially one like this, like where I'm really getting into a field where you have to have a 40-year career for respect, to be respected and to have people be willing to work with you. It's just like, it's all negative feedback for 2 years. Like, it's all like, I don't know if this will work out. Ooh, this isn't sustainable. Like, oh, there's no way to partner with us. You know, that sort of thing. You just have to be insane. And I would really like to do this, and in doing so, discover a way to enable entrepreneurs who are less well supported or less stupidly confident or whatever you want to call it. I want to make it easy for people to start meaningful businesses and solve real problems without being insane. Like, you have to have like a character disorder to be able to start a business. You have to be just immune to some types of criticism and self-criticism in order to start a business. And that's why some of the world's most important problems don't get solved, is because the people who care enough to solve them aren't crazy enough to start the business necessary to solve them. And I would really like to figure out what the solution to that is at some point in my life. So I hope that in building a business the way I'm choosing to build a business, with a very, very long-term approach in mind, and then a lot of short-term pivots along the way, I hope that by doing that I find and can tell other people about a model that lets you solve important problems. Because right now the only models we have let you like build things like Instagram and share photos, and not that those things aren't great, but like, you know, making life a little bit easier for the 1% of us for whom life is already really easy when there are people literally worried about food. It doesn't make a lot of sense. That's because solving hard problems is hard. That's just the way it is for now. I would like to make solving hard problems easier, and I hope that my work does that. So that is one thing I've been thinking about. And the other is just sort of this gratefulness for being able to do the things that I'm doing. Like, I've made so many cool new friends. I get to do silly projects like 1,000 videos in a year. I get to reach out to random people all the time for interviews and for just exploring and asking questions and having fun. And those are opportunities that I don't want to put myself in a situation where I can't do those things. And I also want to make sure that I'm enjoying them now while I'm doing them. Like, it always feels like you're going somewhere and you're making something and you're doing something, and it'll never really like get to the point where like it all pays off and you've completed your mission. So it's good to make sure along the way that you're having fun and you're enjoying it. And I really, really am. Like, all the travel I've done this year and all the cool stuff that I'm into, and like all the follow-up work I have to do from NAFSA, all the relationships I'm building and the people that I've met that care so much about helping other people, and the people that I've met that are scared and struggling and trying to get jobs that pay them well or figure out where they're going in their lives. There are just so many cool people out there, and to get the opportunity to connect with them, you included, in a way that is so unique and so wonderful and so fun and so exploratory, and like, I just can't be thankful enough for that. And to get to spend time with family. Like, I'm here in my parents' house because they're gracious enough to let me hang out and not pay rent, and that's just like really cool. Like, getting to spend time on purpose with getting to feature mom in videos so often and hang out with dad and do projects, and it's just a good time. And so I gotta stop and make sure that I'm not doing the typical like 20-something, like, oh my god, I'm still in my parents' house. Like, I wish I could get out and do something, because I can get out and do something, because I'm here on purpose, and I have to remind myself to enjoy it and to really remind myself that I should be doing this all with a sense of play, because that's what's going to make it most fun. It's what's going to keep it rewarding and interesting. And it's going to make me more effective at what I'm doing. So yeah, I wanted to just cover the fact that I have a sense of wonder and gratefulness for the opportunities that I have to meet and engage with people, that it really was noticeable at NAFSA. And then I'm also really nervous about business stuff. I guess those are the main points I wanted to cover in this video. That's what's on my mind. I gotta go write follow-up emails. Thanks for listening.